we have two really good strikers in the flyweight division right here. We got David Dvořák and Raulian Paiva in the flyweight division. I am hyped on David Dvořák. I mean, I love this man's style. Every single time he goes out there, his striking, it looks so easy. And I know it's so hard to do what he does, but I think he's the perfect fighter in this flyweight division for 5-round fights because his cardio is insane. And he inflicts the same amount of damage in the first and second round as he does in the third, fourth, fifth round, whatever the case may be. Amazing cardio, and he does so good in the later rounds. Really good leg case, really good 1-2 combinations, amazing head movement as well, and some really good striking defense. I mean, I am hyped on David Dvořák. I know a lot of you guys might not really even know who David Dvořák is, but the main absolute beast, already 2-0 inside the UFC, only 2 wins, but decision win over Bruno Silva, and then a decision win over Jordan Espinosa. Before that, I mean, he's 8 knockout wins, 7 submission wins, and then 4 decision wins. His striking is where it's at. I mean, he does have some really good wrestling and grappling. Not as good as Raulian Paiva. I don't really see any wrestling or grappling in this fight, but I think the fight will stand the feet. And David Dvořák, his striking is it is so good. I mean, I encourage you, just look up the fight with Jordan Espinosa. He made it look so easy. But he's 28, almost 29 years old, a little bit smaller and a little bit less lengthy as Raulian Paiva, who has a reach of almost 70 inches and is about 3 inches taller than David Dvořák in the fight right here. But let's take a look at the betting odds. So I love those odds right there, minus 140 for David Dvořák. There was a point where David Dvořák was at minus 180, so now that he's at minus 140, I think that is a really good straight bet. But David Dvořák by decision is also a really good bet. Let's see if I can find it right here. So Dvořák winning by decision plus 155. Really good value. I think this fight ultimately will go all the way. About 80% of the time, I think there's a possibility that Raulian Paiva or David Dvořák gets a knockout right here. But I think the fight will go all the way, and plus 155 for David Dvořák winning the fight by decision is a really good value. But Raulian Paiva with 20 wins and 3 losses, really good boxing, and not really the best wrestling, Sorry about that. Not really the best wrestling. I mean, we saw with Kai Kara France and Roger Montorin. He got a Dr. Savage loss. Interesting, but you look right here. 13 decision wins, 4 submission wins, and 3 knockout wins. I do not expect a finish from either fighter. I mean, if you just see any of the fights from Raulian Paiva, he eats some big shots. And nothing happens. He has a really good chin for this flyweight division. So I do not see a knockout or a submission, whatever the case may be. I do not see a finish in this fight right here. I think the fight will go all the way, and one of these two flyweights will win their fight by unanimous decision. But David Dvořák, once again, the fight standing with a lot of knockout wins and 7 submission wins on his record so far. Pretty okay wrestling defense of 75%, but his wrestling offense and grappling offense isn't really too good. His wrestling defense is where it's at, really good at 75%. His striking defense, amazing. He only gets hit 3 times per minute at a 65% striking defense, which is really good. And then a striking offense of 6.3 strikes landing every single minute. So he's outlanding his opponents by double. I mean, that is just absolutely insane. But I think he will have the speed advantage and the power advantage over Raulian Paiva in this fight. But he does have some really good calf kicks as well. Probably going to be the inside calf kicks. I don't really see him attack with the outside calf kicks very often. I assume if he's going to be attacking the legs in the early rounds, it would be the inside calf kick, just to kind of limit the movement of Raulian Paiva right here. But I'm not sure if he's going to be the one on the front foot or if he's going to be on the back foot. Not really too sure, but either way, David Dvořák, even as a counterpuncher, is really good with that 1-2 combination, the leg kicks, the body kicks, that 1-2 over and over again. And then obviously, the inside leg kicks are really good as well. Raulian Paiva is also a pretty good striker, likes to be the one coming forward. That's the main reason. I see David Dvořák playing more of a counterpuncher role right here with Raulian Paiva. So I think Raulian Paiva will be the one going forward, but that's the thing. If Raulian Paiva is the one moving forward, David Dvořák is just going to jab him up, and keep on whacking that lead leg with leg kicks and that straight right hand over and over again. So with Raulian Paiva moving forward, he's going to eat a lot of unnecessary shots that he wouldn't if he just kept the fight at range. But I think overall, Raulian Paiva could win this fight, but his big disadvantage in his style is he just comes forward, and David Dvořák is just going to land a lot of strikes when Raulian Paiva comes a little bit too close to David Dvořák right there. But they have similar power, but I think there's a pretty big speed advantage for David Dvořák right here. But Raulian Paiva really good 1-2 combinations, 80% takedown defense as well. He needs to get the fight closer to the cage, in the clinch, with knees to the body, with elbows in the clinch as well. I think if he were to win the fight, it'd probably be keeping the fight super even at range in the striking game, and then kind of getting the fight in the clinch for 1.5 minutes every single round, landing the elbows, landing the knees to the body, and that could possibly be the one thing that gets him the win in every one of the rounds. But other than that, at range, I give the advantage to David Dvořák. I think he's a lot faster, a little bit more powerful. The leg kicks, a 1-2 combination. I mean, there's a lot of advantages at range for David Dvořák. But if Raulian Paiva is gonna win the fight, he needs to clinch up, he needs to elbow, and he needs to knee to the body. I think that's the main way Raulian Paiva should win this fight. But I don't know. I see him kind of moving forward a little bit too much and eating a lot of unnecessary strikes from David Dvořák. I mean, I don't know. I think David Dvořák is just going to counter up Raulian Paiva with jabs, with the straight right, and with a lot of body kicks and leg kicks as well. So I'm very hyped on David Dvořák. I can't wait to see what he does in a 5-round main event. I think he's the perfect style for a 5-round main event. But I'm 100% going David Dvořák to win that fight. My 30-27 unanimous decision right there.